Hey, namaste, goddesses. I'm going to have to say that over and over. Ah, all right. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daytime. I think I am live. Hang on one second. Oh, hey. Hi, Lavender Flower 789. How are you? How are you doing today? So we've got two folks. So some crazy things happening. Welcome to those of you who are here early. Who are here on time, I should say. It's great to see you. So I'm using something called StreamYard. You can see it in the upper right hand. It's like a funny duck. All right, so the first thing that happens, right? The moment I sit down live, my nose starts itching, but my cat, like if you literally see a cat jump across, there is either a bee or a large fly that is flying right around where I am. So my cat, who is a real hunter, his name is Percival. All right. He's just like chasing this thing. So things could go very wrong very quickly. That's all I'm going to say. I'm having some tea. I'm having Pukka brand, Pukka. Do you guys know it? It's a brand of herbal tea. And I think I'm having nighttime, which it's not really nighttime yet. Hi, Robbie. Yes, hello, some regulars. Now it's telling me that only one person is watching, yet two people have said hi. And so I know the numbers are absolutely wrong. So you guys know that I've been doing some Sundays live. So I'm really glad you're here. Did you see what the theme is? Start getting a question in. Yep, there. Oh. Oh my God. This like went right by me, and I have hot tea. I'm hoping my cat will not knock that over. Did you guys see what the topic is? It is so crazy. I dare you to go live on YouTube. It is like crazy time. All right. I'm also going to pull myself up on YouTube. So just give me 1 second. If you have any questions about manifestation, live on YouTube, it is like crazy time. All right, here we go. I'm muting myself in there. But hey, namaste. If you're just joining, it's Viv. How are you guys doing? Share in the chat. Just say hi. Say what's going on with you right now. So I've got myself open in another window if I need to pop over there. So welcome. Let's see. Riri TV. Riri TV by Charissa Sepia Blackman. All right. Happy Sunday, sis. This is my first live with you. Welcome. Robbie Gray is here and Lavender Flower 789. So you guys, what do you want to talk about? Did you see the theme? What do you think of it? Do you have, we're really going to just talk about affirmation. So yeah, let me come back to where I can like see myself, and I can also see your chats. Just know that your chats are a little bit delayed. Okay. They don't like the instant you put it is not right when I see it. So how are you guys doing? Share, really, just share in the chat. It is going to be a conversation. Hi, Shay Girl. Welcome. And I'm going to say this name again, Riri TV by Charissa Sepia Blackman. I like that. Let's see, I'm going to put Shay Girl up. So how are you all doing? How was your weekend? What I will be sharing with you is what I'd love for you to do is to bring me any affirmations that you have or an issue that you want to work on, and we'll basically workshop it together. Okay, so what does that mean? Like I did it a couple lives ago. I'll basically take your affirmation, and I'm really good at sort of seeing what's still a limiting belief in the affirmation, if that makes sense. And then I'll help you. We'll rewrite it together so it's even more powerful. All right. So that's what I would love for you to do. We could even craft an affirmation. Like if you have a relationship question and you want, it can be relationships, it can be money, it can be anything. It could be health. Though I'm not advising on health. I'm not a physician. But we can write an affirmation. All right. And so, yeah, let's work with that. I wrote down vision boarding, affirmations, or scripting, right? Scripting, like writing out a beautiful vision for what you're creating. Okay. So Shay Girl says, I put you up on the screen. I love that I can do that. Okay, very relaxing so far. Awesome. Well, it's Sunday afternoon now. I don't know. I feel like we should maybe talk about going back to work. Um, I just like putting up all different things. So yeah. So I'm not going to lecture to you. I really need for you to ask questions. And then those of you who are regulars know, then I'll kind of go off on that. Like, what are you working on manifesting? What are you working on creating? So unless everything is absolutely perfect, then you can just leave. But what are you working on manifesting? And I just really want to encourage you, Goddess, we have the power to co-create. Co-create. I am not saying we control everything, and I won't go into it on another channel. Recently, I shared something, and someone who was obviously just going through a lot of pain, like many of us are and have been in the past year, jumped on me in terms of taking what I said out of context and applying it where it did not belong to be applied. So they also miss the key thing, which is that we are in co-creation. So things happen to us for a variety of reasons that we do not always control. Some we can, some we can't. That's why it's co-creation, right? I always give the example, if a tsunami is coming, right there, you can react. That's what I'm talking about. You can react. Maybe if you were very intuitive, which is what I work with clients and in all my programs, it's about building our intuition. Maybe you would have a sense that you should just not even be in that place, right? Because a tsunami is coming, but there's no sign yet of it. So I'm just saying we have more power than we think we do. Okay. So what are you working on manifesting? Share in the chat, and then let's workshop it. Let me actually support you and let the community support you in bringing it to life. Do you want to start your own business? Are you doing a side hustle? What are you working on? So let's see. I'm going to go into the chat now. Da, da, da. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Riri. Yes, I just love saying your whole name. Is that a channel, or is that just like your name on YouTube, or do you actually have a channel? I'm going to say it one more time because I love it so much. Riri TV by Charissa. Sepia Blackman. It's long. If you have an active channel, it's good if the name is as short as you can. But I love how the first part really rhymes. I would really love like Riri TV by Charissa. Just even that. Yeah. So very relaxing. Okay, thank you, Shay Girl. Thanks for sharing. So Shay Girl says, I'm working on manifesting a townhome within 6 months. Beautiful. See, okay, so right there I have a comment. Shay Girl, I have a video called It's Something About Your Future Self. And one of them is work, but one of them is a home, and it's really, really good. Like, I have you envisioning you're in your place and you're just seeing, and it's really beautiful. So check my channel. So how do you do that? Go to the home page, like of any YouTube channel, go to like their main page, you guys. And there's like a little looking glass. You can search, or you can go to click videos tab and you'll see all their videos, like all of them. Okay. So Shay Girl, check that out. So how can we help you? I'm sure you will manifest it. I'd love to know what kind of townhome. I'm nosy. And another goddess that I watch on YouTube, she always says that. She asks her people in chat, well, where are you going? Or like she wants to know, because it just makes it more interesting. So do you want a townhome in a city, or a smaller like area, suburban? Where do you want your townhome? Because the clearer we can get, like you see how just her saying that starts me. The clearer you can get on what you desire, but without limiting spirit, the better. Okay? If that makes sense. And I can talk more about that. And okay, Riri says she's working on living the life of her dreams, healing money. I could use some powerful affirmations for that. Okay. Well, I want us all to do the work together. I will definitely support you. So Riri, pick one area. So pick one area. Healing money, be more specific, and let's work up some affirmations for you. Okay. While I wait to hear about the townhome. Okay. From Shay Girl. And I'm going to have some tea. Get some tea, get a glass of wine, some Prosecco, whatever you like. Just chill out with me. And like I said, if my cat leaps across and knocks over the computer and the stream ends, I apologize deeply. But okay, it looks like the flying creature is not flying right now and the cat is just chilling out. Oh man. Life is so hard. Hi Tangila, welcome goddess. Okay, yeah. Riri, your dream is the ultimate goal. So yeah. So I'm waiting for two responses. One from Shay Girl. Just you don't have to give like the actual town name, but what specifically do you want in a townhome? Let's workshop it. Let's help bring it more to life. And if you'd like, I can work on some affirmations for you. But I need to know more about what you want. Where do you want the townhome to be? Is it city? Is it like, what type of setting do you want? Is there a price range? And you don't have to put that, but maybe what you feel like, what do you need help on with manifesting it? Okay. And if we can all put our energies together, like almost like a prayer circle. So let's do that. Let's focus on one goddess, work on hers, and then move on to the next. Okay. How does that sound? Welcome those just joining me. I see the numbers are going up on the live. So if I don't hear back from you, I'm going to move on. So Riri, I need for you to tell me one area, right? You've said, it's great. You've said, live my dreams, healing, money, so be more specific. Is it in terms of money? Do you want a job with a new firm or are you starting your own business? Obviously your affirmations are going to change depending on what your goal is. Tangila, do you have anything to share? Because I know, you are working through a particular program with me. And so you can, if you have any questions, but we're really talking about manifesting, how to manifest. I have tons of videos on it, but I want to help you in real time. So please do share some questions. I'm not seeing. Okay. So let me see. Robbie. Okay. Robbie said, okay, more confident. So, Robbie, do you have a current affirmation for confidence? I'm a confident, powerful, feminine woman, something like that. Tell me what you're using right now, Robbie. Like, what do you have? And be honest, goddess, what is the stumbling block? Because what you want to do is whatever the stumbling block is to whether it's health, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's traveling abroad, as much as we can, what's the stumbling block? And then you want to reverse that to form the affirmation. And so that's where I can help you. Let's see. Hi, Shay Girl. Okay. So while I wait for that from Robbie. Hi, Raylyn. Welcome. Sorry, guys, I'm moving. The cat, as we know, may knock everything over because there's either a large fly or a bee that my cat is going to kill. And so he gets crazy and he'll just jump and knock everything over. All right. Percival, please don't do that while I'm live on YouTube. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And don't. Okay. Stop. It's like having kids, but not really. It's much easier than having kids. Okay, Tangila, into more feminine. Great. Oh, so now everybody's talking. All right, let me go back. Robbie says she's doing well. She's visiting her daughter and grandsons in Florida. Yeah, so Robbie, I feel confident. I express my confidence with ease. I radiate confidence. Let's type in if you have some confidence affirmations for Robbie. Let's see. And what else? Robbie, Percival, if you pull that cord, I swear to God. I'm sorry, I'm going through the chat. Yeah, so Shay Girl, yeah, let's talk about the townhome. So I'm going to go with Shay Girl, see if I can find what else she said. Or I'm going to have to go to Riri. Sorry, guys, it's coming in really fast. Okay, awesome. So Shay Girl's just sharing some of what she's looking for. Okay, so Shay Girl, I have a beautiful townhome with lots of natural light. It exceeds all of my needs. How about that? It exceeds all of my needs. I like that. I now have a beautiful townhome. It exceeds all of my needs. I am so happy. I'm so blessed. Something like that. I love that. A backyard. I love my garden. I would break it out into multiples. So goddesses, like if you're, so you're clear on what you want, all right? So like Shay Girl's clear on what she wants. I would do multiple affirmations because, so something like, I love my garden. I am able to spend time in my backyard. It's lush, it's green, it's gorgeous. Okay. In my new townhome, my garden is lush, green, and beautiful. I love spending time there. Something like that. Again, you know what you want to do back there. Do you just want to sit and read? Do you want to have friends over? You know, how do you want to enjoy your backyard? Okay, so this is how we do it. Like, really, really get clear on what you want. And actually, for this, I would do some scripting. Shay Girl, I would actually, and I have 2 videos on scripting. I would just write out a long, I'm just looking at like my journal, which I just, it's so simple, but I love it. It just says, enjoy the little things. So if you have a really complete idea, goddesses, write it out as a script in real time, as if it's happening, right? Because already thinking that in spirit, in the dimensional realm, it's already happening. It's basically, to me, it's coalescing. It's coming together. So write it down. You're sort of making it more concrete, making it more real. So that's what I would do, Shay Girl, is not just one affirmation. I would really do a whole script. And it sounds like you have beautiful clarity on what you want. It really does. It really does. And I think that's clear enough. So what I would do is flesh it out. So let me talk her through it so you guys can see how you could do this. So if it's for home and you have the basics, you know what you want, I would write it as if you're in this home now. I love my bedroom. I love the beautiful soft colors, and then name the colors you love that I've used in decorating it. Talk about how the bed looks, how the cushion looks, how the lamps look. Just dive in. Make it so that you just get like goosebumps, like you really, really feel it. Okay. And I would write that as like a 1-page or 2-page script. That's what I would definitely do, Shay Girl. And I think you absolutely, you can manifest that because you have such clarity. Okay. Lavender Flower says, yeah, okay, financially stable, but Lavender Flower, doing what? Are you like me? I don't like to work for other people. So I'm not looking for a corporate job. I'm not looking for another teaching job. Okay. What is the dream? What is the vision? What is the dream? What is the vision? What is the dream? Robbie says, she usually refers to my affirmations. You got to create your own. I mean, if you find an affirmation, Robbie, that works really well for you, then that's fine. Like, that's fine. If it really, really hits you and you're like, oh, that's perfect. But, it's also good to come up with our own. But again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be crafted by you. Okay. So Lavender Flower. Yeah, I love your image there. I love that picture. That art. It looks like is it a cartoonized photograph? That's really beautiful. Yeah, how do you want to be financially stable? And so more clarity on that. Let's see. I see another one and then I'll double back. Riri says, I'm working on manifesting a traveler life while healing and making money. Riri, I have to send you over, you guys, she is so fantastic. I highly, highly recommend her channel. Go check out. Her name is Stephanie Perry. Okay. Check her out. I'm actually going to be working with her. Let me see if can I post in the comment? Okay. Check out Stephanie Perry's channel. Now, you're going to love her. I mean, you really are going to love her. I'm almost afraid to tell you about her because she's a very sweet energy. She house sits. Okay. So for those of you who want to expat or travel, her main thing is she does house sitting, which I've done, which is also really weird. I've done it quite a bit and like nobody knew about house sitting like 6 years ago. Okay. I mean, not nobody, but it wasn't in the zeitgeist. Okay. So she talks about house sitting as a way to travel free, but beyond that, she has a lot of advice, and she has a really wonderful community um, of Black women because she's very specific. She serves Black women. Of course, there are guys there. Everybody, everybody's there. She's just focused. Her focus is on helping Black women stop working so hard. So, yes. So check out her channel, okay? I put her name in there. So it's Stephanie Perry, and she's going to interview me, and I'm going to interview here. I'm going to interview her here for Yoga Bliss Dance. She's amazing. So she was in Mexico for 6 months, and now she's back in America because I noticed everybody came back to America for the COVID shot. Very interesting. All the expats, all the travelers, they came back to America to get their shot. I guess you really couldn't get your shot in some of the other countries, especially as an American, right? They're probably like, well, go home, go back to America then, get your shot. We don't have enough shots, okay? That's the truth. I think that's what was happening. But check out Stephanie Perry's channel, and she's going to interview me, and I'm going to interview her. She's all about if you want to travel, if you want to do a sabbatical abroad, and that we really don't have to stay in the US, okay? Now that's off my topic, but we're talking about manifestation, and I'm going to be honest with you. I do want to live abroad for about 2 to 3 months. So I'm working on this. Send me prayers. I think at the end, I really will do a sort of a prayer meditation for all of us, for all of our dreams, okay? So remind me that I said that because I do want to do that. So one of my dreams is to live abroad about 3 months out of the year, maybe more. Okay, so let me go back into the chat. So Robbie, did I answer a little bit already? Okay, I'm going to go back to Robbie though. Hi, Lavender. Oh, you just subbed to her? She's fantastic. You will love her. She goes live pretty much every Saturday, but she's got a lot of good information already up there. Okay. So if you want to feel empowered to travel as a woman, Black or brown, there's not as many of us, it appears, in social media. So I think her channel is really important for us to see what's possible. And I do think there's a lot of fear. Okay. Now I'm from Jamaica, so I immigrated here, but I was a kid. I'm not trying to say like I did the expat thing and I was sipping, my mom took me. My mom's like, come on, we're going to America. So that's really what happened. Okay. But check out Stephanie Perry. So let's see, Lavender Flower. I'm going to put this up. I hope you don't mind. Yes, girl. Okay, you started a tarot business. All right. Reach out to me. I stopped publicizing that I'll do a 30-minute chat because I really got some people who just either were like flirting or just, I don't know. But Lavender Flower, reach out. Let me I would get on the phone with you and just chat with you. I'll do a free call. Assistant at In the Flow of Magic. You should build a YouTube channel. I do coaching on that. Steph has I think a shorter, like a class on it where she starts you. I may as well share. But you need to build up a YouTube channel, Lavender Flower. So let me know, do you have one? And so what I would do is say, my tarot business is thriving. I have so many clients. Now, you don't want it to be unrealistic. So for those of you just joining me, we're workshopping our dreams through affirmation, scripting, and so on. Lavender Flower, you've got to make it believable. So I would maybe say something like, every day I'm getting more and more clients. They love my work. They've seen me on social media and they want, they're eager to work with me. I even have a wait list. So depending how comfortable you are, Lavender Flower, you could make it like, I have a wait list right now of clients. I am so busy. I'm booked. This is so exciting. I'm doing the work of my soul's work. I am truly blessed. Something like that. Okay. So work with that, Lavender Flower. Yes, Tangela, good. Yeah. When you watch her video, tell her that Viv sent you, or she knows me as Viv. We had like a little preliminary talk and what we're going to talk about. And so I'm going to be on her channel. I want to say April 5th. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's going to be on a Saturday. She's going to interview me and we're going to talk mindset and taking risks. Okay. And so she'll put in her stuff. Like I said, girlfriend has been to Vietnam. She was all over Asia. And she's so funny. She talked about it because she's like, she couldn't buy clothes in Asia because all the people are so tiny. I don't know, she's very honest too, like me. She's just like, so she's like, she's like, I was just, there's no way I could have even bought local clothes because I'm just bigger than those women. And she talked about bringing her undies because she couldn't get like the right size over there. So just really sweet, really, really cool person. I really like her. I discovered her channel, I want to say about 2 months ago. And you guys may not know this, but I've always been interested in being a nomad. I've always moved around, typically in the US, because I like going to new places. So your girl, if things work out, if everything holds, I would love to be teaching you meditation and talking about the chakras from hopefully Italy. That is where I would love to spend part of my time. And a lot of people go to places that they say are cheaper in terms of what they want to manifest, like Thailand is cheaper. Believe it or not, the Caribbean, supposedly, because you need really good internet. So some places that you might think of, like the Caribbean or parts of Africa, sometimes you don't have good enough internet, okay? So that's an issue, and like Steph talks about that. So I just really, really love her. Yeah. Good, good, good. Tangela says me too. So let me see. So Lavender, do you have a YouTube channel? Share in the chat. And if you tell us if it is, I don't mind if you share it. If people click on you, will they see your channel? Robbie, so I should try scripting. Yes, to motivate your private group and team members. Robbie, I would script about what you want from your private group and team members. Yes, that's what I would do. But Robbie, you really may want to join. I have a small mastermind right now called the Money Mindset. Hold on one second. Money Mindset Magic. Hang on, guys. I'm like trying to do a zillion things, and Steph says the same thing. I'm good at multitasking, but I just want to put it up for you. Robbie, I've had in that group a exotic dancer and a school teacher, a educator, college level sort of administrator, another woman who is a solopreneur starting her business. And we meet on Tuesdays and we do law of attraction, we do mindset work, we support each other. And so some of the women have flown the coop because they've done that well. The first cycle ran, and you can still join midway. And then I'm going to take off for the summer from that. But I would check that out if you're an entrepreneur and you are interested in support. It's basically a group mastermind. It's a small group mastermind. You get really a lot of support from me. So if you're trying to manifest anything with business, check that out. It is by application only. Okay. So check the Money Mindset Magic, and it will also start again in the fall. All right. I can help you with starting a YouTube channel. Most of the women in the group knew what they wanted. They knew what they're working on. So like I said, the exotic dancer was working on her project to build her sort of fitness, dance, divine feminine business, and she's working a lot with Instagram. So every woman came into this program that I'm talking about knowing what they wanted, and then we just all supported each other. So yeah, let me go back to the comments and see how I can help here. So any other manifesting questions? Riri, you can do it. We can travel now. And Riri, let me share with you that so many places, oh my God, you guys. So there's this guy I watch. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was doing some van life. He does international, and just a really cool guy. And he said he just did a live stream, and he said, okay, I want you to guess how much he's paying for a studio apartment. Now he said it's sort of old fashioned, but it's like nice, but it's like old fashioned. I love old fashioned stuff. Guess, please write in the comments how much you think a month he is paying for this Airbnb in Thailand. Guess. It will blow your mind how cheap it is. It will blow your mind. So we can travel, okay? Meaning, as things clear up, get ready. It's going to go again, where we can expat. You can live outside of America so much cheaper. And I'm excited about this because I knew it, and I'd been hearing that for years, Goddess, but I think for some of us, with so many of the events that have happened in the US, there's a sense of an exodus, okay? Some of us are deciding maybe we want to live somewhere else, okay? Not to put anybody off. Welcome if you're just joining. We're talking about manifesting, and so I was riffing off of something that was shared in terms of traveling, feeling free to travel, having money to travel. Okay. No, Tangela, way too high, girl. Okay. This guy, he's going to be in Thailand for a couple months. Guess, I want you to put in the chat how much you think he is paying for a studio apartment in Thailand. I was like, I mean, I would be a queen. I'd just be a queen there. Lower, Robbie, lower. Not 400. Robbie said 400. Shay girl. All right, I'm going to pull a card. See, this is when you know I'm getting into it. When I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull a card. Shay girl, he's paying $188 a month. Now, part of that, he said, is it's a little lower because of COVID. $188. Think about the money you have, and if you could do your work. Now, not all of you can, okay? Obviously, I'm not a digital nomad channel, but many of us have skills. Many of us have skills that you can do on the internet, okay, that you just don't realize. Shay girl, I'm going to pull a card for you because, okay, Shay girl, give me a question. $188 this man is going to pay, okay, for a studio. It probably has a little balcony in Thailand. Okay, so he said maybe if it weren't COVID, it would be like 230, 240. Can you see how like, so many parts of the world you can live cheaper than in the US. Again, that's not the theme of my channel, but I just want to share with you to dream big, or just vacation, chill out, go abroad. Because your money goes further is what I'm saying to you. Your money can go further. Some of you could get your boss to maybe let you work remotely. Some of you can do that. I had, I don't want to say because this was about the particular person who hasn't given me permission, but I had a client in a course who worked for a large corporation. Sometimes these big corporations will let you be remote, especially now. Yeah, I know, Robbie, right? 188. That's why I remember it. Hi, Ms. Roro 949. Greetings. Greetings to you too, beautiful Lavender. Wow, so I'm not the only one that's been feeling this urge to see what's out there. Oh no, absolutely not. No, Lavender Flower, oh my God, you're gonna thank me, because her channel is going to give you a lot of help. I'm more, I'm giving you the meditation and the mindset, work with your chakras. Like I said, Lavender Flower, hit me up at that email. I will talk with you for 20, 30 minutes. I think if you have a tarot channel, you need to be on YouTube, and that will help you in getting people to know you, know that you're skilled. Okay. Now I don't know you, so I'm not saying I can vouch, but just start doing your stuff. And when people see you, yeah. Shager, okay, what is preventing you from traveling abroad? Okay. Wait a minute now. You and Lavender Flower. Well, you and Lavender Flower should chat, because what I also find when Steph does it, and she talks about solo travel, and a lot of women were like, I want to travel by myself. So solo travel doesn't mean you have to be alone, as she puts it, though it sounds like you are. You can meet up with people. You could travel with someone. I think of solo travel as meaning you're not necessarily with a big group, right? I'm sorry, but I don't like big tour groups. That's just not my vibe. I'm too independent. If you're watching this channel, welcome, Goddess. We're talking about manifestation, our dreams, vision boarding, scripting, and affirmations. I'm pulling for Shay Girl because Shay Girl guessed the closest. Living in Thailand, another YouTuber that I follow, this honest guy, he has no reason to lie. He tells us the prices of things. $188. He found an Airbnb. Now he booked it for a month or either 2 months. It's $188 a month. So Shay Girl, what is... I'd love to pack my stuff and get an RV and travel. Oh my God. Great minds think alike. Tenjiela, I didn't know you were interested in that stuff, RV and travel. I thought I was the weird one, Oh, goddesses, check out, there's another wonderful goddess. Oh my God, her skin, I don't mean to sound superficial, but her skin is flawless. She has a skincare line. And there just aren't that many Black RVers that are kind of big on YouTube. And this woman, Shit, I'm not going to remember her name. Oh God, I can't remember her name. I invited her to get on my channel, and then she got really sick and she canceled, and we just like dropped it. Like I didn't follow up because I was like, oh. She is RVing, and she's, I think, from Texas. She's out west. She's RVing. You know, if you Google, like if you do YouTube, like Black RV Life, Black solo female, she'll come up. Okay, Shay girl, sorry. I'm yakking. I'm yakking. What's preventing me from traveling abroad? Huh. Okay. This is what you got, Shay girl. Passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Okay, so there's some sense that would be, I think that's a great card. Savor your life. And it's supposed to be like gypsies dancing. The card meaning says, you know, sometimes the traveler meets gypsies, and the gypsies are just, you know, they're having some wine, they're dancing, they're playing music, and they're just dancing into the early morning hours. And this card, passion and pleasure, is about stopping and really enjoying your life. So I take this Shay girl as a yes. Do you feel like in some way you are, yeah, are you, how would I phrase it? Like you're just trying to do the right thing and work hard. This card is saying you need more passion and pleasure in your life. And I would think this card is a yes to travel abroad, or to at least start planning. So Shay girl, that's the answer. You need to focus more on passion and pleasure and allowing yourself to have passion and pleasure, which goes to your question. It's like, why you're holding yourself back? Well, stop holding yourself back. It's time for you to enjoy, to savor. I know one of the further meaning of the card is, you know, you're not here just to work. We're not here just to work, come home, be exhausted, you watch a little TV or whatever, watch a little Netflix, and then just do it again. That's not why we're here. So spirit thrives when we're joyful, when we're happy, right? So I'm getting, like, as I think of that, I'm really like feeling that. So Shay girl, this is a yes, passion and pleasure. Savor your life. That's the message. So you need to just start planning, and check out the channel that I gave you in the chat. All right. Let me see if I can, yeah, check out Stephanie Perry. Check out Stephanie Perry. Also, goddesses, I would love to get a super chat. Welcome if you're just joining us. A super chat is you basically, it's not a member. My members or my patrons are over on Patreon. They support the channel and they get some perks. We do a goddess circle where I have a theme, and actually the theme for this month is what I shared on the YouTube channel, is just losing weight and our health. And so you guys know I have 2 videos. You guys, nobody's watching my second yoga video, and I think it's because it's too hard. Just tell me the truth if you've watched it. It's yoga for weight loss. Okay, I made the first ones doing well. I can tell people are watching it and they may be coming back and doing the routine, but I made a harder routine, and that one nobody's watching it. And I think it's just too hard. Let me know if you've watched that second video. It says phase 2. And if it's too hard, just let me know. Okay. I feel that spirit thriving. Shay girl, that answers your question. Yeah. Tell me more about that. Like, tell me more about why that answers your question. And hold on. I'm still working with Shay girl here. Passion and pleasure. I've got my little booklet because I have a lot of decks, you guys. And so I pull the correct card, but I don't have memorized every single meaning. But this one's pretty clear. So let's see what the message is here. Let go of people and things, Shay girl. Let go of those people and things that don't appreciate or empower you. Give yourself permission to be happy. Again, especially to Black and brown women out there. We are the workhorses. We are told that we should work hard, that our value is in our work. And Stephanie talks a lot about this. And I mean, I work hard. You know, we all do. We're told that our value is in our productivity, and that's our worth. And so, Shay girl, that's something we've all taken in. And even if we allow ourselves pleasure, there might be like a sense of guilt about it. And I think, can you imagine if more of the world were able to just enjoy simple pleasures, how more balanced the world would be, right? Because what would that mean? That would mean like billionaires would not need to keep fighting to make another $1 million when they're already a billionaire, right? So, passion and pleasure, savor your life. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Dance, eat well, and drink well. Share joy wherever you can. And yeah, it's a band of gypsies. The traveler stops to dance into the early morning hours. Okay, so you need to just commit to it that your life, it's okay for you to have fun. It's okay for you to have pleasure. Yeah. I dream often of traveling, but don't want to spend the money. Well, Shay girl, that's the thing. I mean, first of all, well, there are a couple of things. Let's tackle this with Shay girl in terms of manifesting, but for any of us, house sitting is a thing. House sitting, if you don't know, is, and because I know it sounds weird, but there are people who do this their whole lives, you guys. They just travel around house sitting. There are husbands and wife teams who do it. So like the husband might kind of do some of the gardening and the wife, they can do different things. House sitting is basically you find people who are going on vacation, professors who are going on sabbatical, who are going to travel for a month or two. Who wants to leave their animals, behind? Their plants are going to die. And, you don't want your home empty, right? You don't want your home empty. People know you're gone. People hire house sitters. So what I'm telling you to check out Stephanie's channel, she talks about that. House sitting, where you literally go, you're in this person's home. Typically, you guys, believe me, it's not that big a deal. It can feel scary at first because you're like, oh, what if there's a fire in the house? Or what if the radiator breaks? Or the odds of something bad happening are very low, but also when you house sit, because like I said, I've done it. When you house sit, the person leaves you contact information. They leave you typically like a neighbor who's like their friend. If you have a problem, if you're taking care of their little puppy and the puppy gets sick, they've paid the veterinarian or they leave you a blank check. Okay. I'm sharing this. I know this doesn't apply to all of you, but this is a way to travel without a lot of money, is house sitting. Okay, so they leave you everything you need. If the animal gets sick, because typically there's a cat or a dog to take care of, okay? So you have to at least love animals, okay? And they leave you the veterinary check. The name of the veterinarian's on it already, and it'll be blank. And the vet, and typically they tell the vet, hey, I have a house sitter. If little bunny gets sick, she's gonna come in, okay? So I have done it. I did it actually, you guys, when I was really depressed after leaving academia. I was really, really at my rock bottom. And rather than going homeless, I had the wherewithal, and it is really magical. I can't even tell you. It's very, very magical, very witchy how I manifested that. I found a place to live for free for 6 or 7 months. All I had to do was I had to pay, I think I paid the electricity and the heating. But I only remember paying one bill. Okay. So there are ways. So goddesses, let's go to this affirmation. There is always a way. There is always a way to manifest my dreams. I am open. I am open and receptive to my dreams manifesting. I'm open to seeing opportunities that are in front of me. How does that work as an affirmation? For any of you, right? That can work. I'm open and receptive to guidance to solve this problem. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a solution to this issue. Boom. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a solution to this issue. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay, Riri. Oh, no. Riri, you missed some of the stuff. Riri, I was talking about, you may have to go back. I was talking about how you can travel as a house sitter. And so literally, you guys, can you imagine if you're a tarot reader, all you need is a Zoom or even just Google, right? You can read tarot cards from, Zimbabwe or from Paris. Like, you just need a good internet connection. Okay. So an affirmation is, I am a world traveler. I enjoy traveling to spots in the world that I just love. I've now manifested my dream of being a world traveler. It's fantastic. And then name where you are. Name where you are, Riri. Are you on a beach? Are you in a colder climate because you like being inside and having hot chocolate, and having your feet up by a fire, or do you want a beach type setting? So again, clarity. Clarity is the first thing with manifest. Oh, I'm glad you wrote it down because often I channel, I will not remember what I said. So, hi, Thomason. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Oh, you're welcome, Shay Girl. So you guys, super chat me. Super chat is like they're $5 super chats, $10 super chats. I will we're going on 45 minutes. If you want a card draw on a question about manifestation, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it, getting the super chats. They're in the right hand. Where are they? Here, hang on one second. They are in the right hand at the bottom below the chat. And there's a money sign. There's also smileys. You can like buy. I don't know. That's bizarre. You can show your support for Yoga Bliss Dance and you click on it. And you can do a super sticker or a super chat. And then you get featured up at the top that you gave a super chat. The guy I'm talking about, he gets so many super chats, and he was a van lifer and retired military. And so he was doing van life, but now that things are opening, he's the one who's moving to Thailand. Well, actually, yeah, he is kind of moving to Thailand. He's going to use it as a jumping off point to travel. You guys, there are many Americans in Chiang Mai, Thailand, especially other little towns in Thailand. We can live there for so much cheaper. Maybe if you're a teacher, you can go there for your summer vacation or a winter break or something and just check it out. A lot of there's a couple of Black women that Stephanie highlights who have moved to Mexico, which sounds weird, right? People from Mexico are trying to come here. Okay, and I'm not really being political or being mean. I'm really not. It's like, but if you have a certain amount of education and if you can digitally work, you might want to go to Mexico, make money in US or Canadian dollars, live in Mexico. She loves Mexico City. This woman, and I don't know that I would move to Mexico City. There's some other beautiful places. San Miguel Allende. Have you guys heard of that? Let me know if you've heard of San Miguel Allende. Is another town. It's just cheaper. It's not perfect, but where is perfect right now? Look at the US. Oh, Tangela, thank you. Do you have a question? Well, you wrote an affirmation, so thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And Tiana, hi Tiana. We're talking about affirmations, vision boarding, scripting. What are you trying to manifest, goddess? Oh my God, lavender flower, you see? You guys, I did not arrange this. I don't even know lavender flower, but she just wrote this. That's where I want to go, is Merida, Mexico. I am very intuitive. I don't like the word psychic, but I will just pick up stuff. I'll be like rambling, but stuff is just moving through me. Yeah. I really wanted to talk about travel and feeling free to travel. So lavender flower, yes, Merida, you're going to love. Check out Steph's channel. And then there is a group, Black Expat. There's a couple of different groups on Facebook. And there are a lot of women who have moved to Merida. I think Merida is hot. That's the only thing. It's very, very hot, like 110. So that's the issue with, I can't necessarily deal with that kind of heat. But it's supposed to be beautiful. And there are women who are very happy there. Hi, Percival. Do you want to say hi? So yes, you can do Merida. Absolutely. You just have to figure out, whoops, I put the wrong thing, you guys. Sorry, you just have to figure out. Oh, yeah, Tiana, I hear you. So many of us are so stressed. I always say, because there's always new folks coming in, so I do repeat, but yeah, I was a professor and I got so burnt out. I quit. I packed up my little car. I couldn't even see out the back, like the center rear view. I couldn't, because I put all my stuff in my little car and I just drove off. And that was when I did the house sitting. So Tiana, if you just joined us, and again, thank you for the super chat. House sitting is an option. I know it sounds weird, but there are people who leave their homes. You don't want your home empty. You don't want your friends having to keep coming over to your house, because let's be honest, In America, we're just not that type of society. We don't want to impose on our friends, right? Oh, well, can you come feed my cat every other day? I need to walk my dog. The house sitting is an option. So Tiana, I'm shuffling for you. Oh, Shay Girl says that's why I live in Arizona. Wait, why do you live in Arizona? Oh, you love hot weather? Merida, though, 110. I'm telling you, people are saying it's really, really hot. Hotter than we think. I think either the humidity. Hey, Percival, I'm shuffling, sweetie. Hold on. Hold on. Here, let me get the lights back on here. Yeah, so Tiana, that's a huge question, really, because I wanted to get some guidance, quitting my job and choosing to do whatever it takes to live in peace. I am offering the energy healing sessions. They're over at my website, which is in theflowofmagic.com. And I also do divination with that, like a message, as well as working with your subtle energy to unblock whatever might be holding you back. So I recommend we leave jobs that are toxic for us, because what I have found is it will damage your health so much it is not worth the money. I know that could sound really controversial, especially with women. When we have a job where we're being bullied, we're being belittled, there's racism, there's hatred, there's just toxicity. It can come from anybody, really. They could just be a toxic person. They could be a narcissist. It's worth going to even a lower paying job to get some peace. Okay, so I'm pulling for Tiana. I'll just see. Wow. So Tiana, you got Voyage of the Heart. Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. It's interesting one to your question. Love flows through you and to you. Is there something that you know you would love to do? Why is love coming up? Voyage of the Heart. Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. Tiana, let me see. All right, I'm opening up my little book. Like I said, I do not have these all memorized. Oh, wow. You are beloved. You are deeply loved and profoundly lovable. Huh. So there's something about your sense of self-worth and your sense of self-love, Tiana, that is keeping you where you are and has put you in that situation. Yeah. Valley of the Sun. Yes. I love how that sounds, Valley of the Sun, but still. So this is for Tiana. You are beloved. You are deeply loved and profoundly lovable. You are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you. God, the creator, is love. And in your essence, so are you. And then I'm talking about romantic love. In matters of romantic love, all is healing or is already healed on the inner planes. Yeah, so is there a relationship or is there a heartbreak or something with that, Tiana? Because your question has something to do with love. I don't know if it's self-love or if there's some sort of relationship that you're healing from. So Tiana, yeah, share a little bit more. Why is love coming up? Angels and guides, so you're being communicated with, but you're not hearing it, I guess, at this point. Listen to their soft whispers. So you are being told what you need to know. Joyous love flows through you and to you. You deserve love. There's nothing you need to do to receive this vibrant energy. So yes, whether it is about a relationship, I'm getting that for you, it is about self-love. There's some sense of you needing to know that you are a beautiful being, that you are loved. That sense of lack is undermining your joy and undermining you being where you need to be, Tiana. Because that is an interesting card to get for your question about career, where it seems to be about love, but my sense is it's about self-love. And that's so for many of us, right? Welcome, Goddess. If you're just joining, where we're talking about manifestation, what our dreams were, and I was just helping folks to tweak either their affirmations, maybe they were scripting, whatever, just working with them. And if you give a super chat, because now it's going along, I'm getting a little tired, I will pull a card. So Voyage of the Heart. So I think explore for you love, what do you love? What does love mean to you? Maybe you want to be in a loving relationship, Tiana, or deepen the relationship you're in, and all of that is tied into your work and how that is not fulfilling you. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Tiana, I swear to God, I was like, is there somebody? But they're not with her. But I was like, okay, well, I don't know. And so she just wrote in the chat, this is what Tiana wrote into what I drew, which was about Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. This is what she wrote. My boyfriend lives in a different state. Yes. Yes. That's why this question is about love. Lives in a different state and is willing to allow me to come to him, but he lives in a state that I'm not favorable of. Yes, but well, as the card says, and the message to you, this is not from me, the message to you is that you're getting whispers of what is the right thing to do. Start to pay attention to those whispers. And the message of this card is that you are deeply loved, not just by this person, but Spirit wants you to know that you are loved. My advice to you is I would always say, you know what? I believe jobs are always out there. I really do. If you have a decent enough skill set, you'll be able to find some work. But clearly love, I mean, this is the card she got, you guys. She was asking me about work, and she got instead a card that seems to be about love. Love flows through you and to you. Voyage of the heart. And her boyfriend's in another state. Voyage, right? A trip. A journey. So yeah, go really deep. And, like I said, as a woman, being unhappy at your job can be very, very harmful to your health, to your well-being. I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe go visit him. Go visit him for a week or two, or, there's always a way, you guys. It's never black and white. There's always a compromise way or a little baby step, Tiana, that you can take. What's the baby step you could take to try it out? But as I said, the card says that you are getting whispers of what's the right thing for you to do. My God, everybody's out in like Tempe, Phoenix, Valley of the Sun. I'm in the Northeast. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who lives in a climate where it snows 7 months, it seems like, of the year? We had so much snow, you guys. I used to live in Syracuse, New York, which has what's called lake effect. I forget what lake it is, but the snow, so the snow comes across the lake, like Lake Huron, I don't know, a great lake. It comes across the lake and it picks up more moisture and then it dumps it in Syracuse, right? So from Canada, I mean, there would just be feet of snow on the car. It was a constant cleaning off your car. So I no longer live there. So Tiana, the cards were right. I currently live in California, where I've made so many accomplishments, but I'm not happy with where I've landed. For me, self-love means honoring my creative passions. Okay. So is there a way? I don't think anything is either or. Is there a way to honor your creative passions? And you may not want to say what state he's in. I mean, though it's a state, it's not, but it's okay. So many people I hear are leaving California for a variety of reasons. And I'm not just talking about like kind of conservative propaganda against California, because some conservatives don't like California. But, I know that taxes are supposed to be high. I know that I'm hearing that in San Francisco and in that area, the rent prices are so high. The homelessness is skyrocketing. People living in vans, not because they want to, not because they're nomads, not because they're going to national parks. So, Spirit is presenting you with a potential transition, and it definitely has to do with love. So that is the work you have to do. Oh, no. Yeah, Lavender Flower, thanks for saying that. No, I mean, I walked away from being a professor, again, with tenure. That just doesn't happen. Welcome, Goddess, if you're just joining me. People do not quit jobs as professors. I have my ID somewhere. I could prove it to you. It was at a community college. Tenure does not take as long at a community college, but I was being bullied by 4 white males. I think it matters because I think there was a racial issue, but there was also, and actually, honestly, primarily gender, because you guys, they had done the same thing to a white female before me. This is very common in academia. Both issues are very common in academia. They basically ran her out of the department as well prior to my getting there. So it honestly felt like it was more male female because they were just very like, oh my, I can't even tell you guys, just this, like, that you've heard of the old boy network. So academia is very stratified. You are a full professor, or you're an associate, or you're an assistant. So when you come into academia, you're at the bottom of the rung. And so the men typically at the top, again, because of decades of the way our society is structured, right? So they're men there, and they basically get to bully and harass and belittle you. And I actually did see them do it to another white female. So I've told people it was primarily gender. I don't think race helped, but it really was primarily gender. They were just nasty. They were just, to our former president's words, they were just nasty. They really were. I came in, I had worked at the Museum of Modern Art, which is a renowned museum in New York City. I had all my credentials, and they were just abusive. They just started to like pick at me. They would even kind of undermine the students enrolling in my classes. I even had a student, you guys, tell me, he said something like, "Are you happy here?" or something. And I asked him, and he said, "Well, you're different than the other professors." He said, I can't, it was just like so sweet. Like, here's this kid, and he was basically like, "You're different than the other professors." And he almost said something like, he didn't say, "I know they're treating you badly," but he basically let me know that he could sense that, I wasn't necessarily happy that I wasn't being treated well. And this is a student. Okay. So imagine, anyway, so I left with tenure, but even with the tenure, I said, I don't want to work in academia. Academia is a completely steady job, but I walked away from it. I'm not saying everybody should. I think that, of course, we need to be in all of these places. We need to be teaching at the high level, but if a job is toxic, what keeps many, many people, male, female, everything, as my mom would say, black, white, or indifferent, I think, yeah, black, white, or indifferent, that's what she'd say, is the money. We cannot let the money really dictate our lives, because then you are giving power. You're really giving over your power to money. And I don't think that that is wise at all. And it's just the wrong way to approach life. So yes, many people have a nice corporate job and they hate it. Don't let the money keep you in a position where you're unhappy. Sunday night, you get depressed, because you have to go to work Monday morning. You don't like your colleagues. You have a boss that is abusive. The money doesn't make up for that. That's when you really have made money the god, because you're giving away your own peace for money. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, Lavender Flower, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is third chakra. I'm going to weave this into the chakras, and welcome if you're just joining us. What we're talking about, we're not talking about me. I was sharing my story because a lot of the goddesses in the chat and watching, we're talking about what we want to manifest, how we want to live our lives, how we want to have freedom in our lives. And so a lot of us have had unhappy job situations. And so that's why I was sharing, because there are always new people coming in and they don't know that that was my background. So that can break your confidence. That is a third chakra issue. So for all of you listening, and some of you are in my chakra course, the third chakra is your personal power. And when you are bullied, when people, whether it's a boyfriend or a boss or family, when they bully you and abuse you, does not have to be physical. It's not have to be physical, but emotionally abuse you, you lose that third chakra power. You get floaty. You can't decide. So Lavender Flower, it's like it's hard for you to to execute what you want, because I say this is not literal, but it's like they reached in and just pulled out your power, because that's like your battery, the third chakra. And I say this over and over. People don't watch my third chakra videos as much. Everybody's like root chakra and sacral chakra. The third chakra, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to have confidence, you need to work on Manipura chakra, the third chakra. That's what you need to focus on. I have a lot of free content here. I also have my chakra course, and that goes really, really in depth. So that is an option as well. It's not open now, but if you join my list, and let me just pull that up real quick so that you can join my tribe. You get a bunch of free meditations, you guys. I think I have an inner child meditation that you get that's not on the channel. It's a different one. This is how you can join my tribe. And so when I'm doing a course, if I'm doing any discounts, I tell my tribe first. I tell my Facebook group, small group, and they're quiet. I'm like, everybody's so busy. I have to tell you, I hesitated to start a Facebook group because I feel like, people don't have time for like extra stuff. That's why I like YouTube. I give you the videos. I have the course where you can work directly with me, but people don't have time to be bopping from Facebook group to Facebook group. And it's just, we're too busy. So I put the link where if you want to just get on my newsletter, you'll find out when the chakra course is going to reopen. And if there's a discount, I announce it to my tribe. Okay. Leave the company. They don't deserve you. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. We have a lot of options now. There are a lot of things you can do. In fact, again, this is off my topic, but a lot of you, speaking English is a commodity. Did you know that? Let me know in the chat if you knew that speaking English is something where you can earn money from online. Okay. And I'm not just talking about you can join sites where they put you with 1,000 other people and then you could tutor. But if you're a little bit smarter about it, and if you were in my money mindset group, I would work with you on this. You can set up your own website where you start being an English tutor. Imagine if you were living in Thailand or living in a cheaper country and you were earning money in American dollars, or well, first of all, you don't have to earn it in American dollars necessarily with the teaching English, because many other countries are much cheaper to live. As I mentioned early in this, for those of you just joining, somebody talking about getting a studio apartment. Now, we probably don't want a studio. Maybe we want a 1-bedroom, but he found a studio apartment, and this guy knows Thailand, so he knows it's a fine area, for $188, $188 a month for an apartment. So imagine if your costs are so low, you could see how you could either live on your retirement or have a side hustle or work remotely. There's a lot out there for us. Yeah, there's a lot out there for us. Tanjila says she didn't know that. Tanjila, tell me what you didn't know. Oh, Tanjila, you are with bullying? Wow. So I think because I mentioned that a lot on my channel, I get people who have experienced it. I don't know if that's it, or if a lot of women are simply being bullied, and we're just speaking about it now, kind of like the Me Too movement. So Tanjila, you have a resource. I don't like to say stuff, anything personal about people, but you already have a resource that if you dive into, that will help you deal with that, with the bullying, meditation, getting quiet, So there's a lot of ways that you can free yourself. We have to first free our minds. Okay, any more super chats? Thank you for the super chats. It's a way of supporting the channel, supporting the work I do. If you've enjoyed meditation videos, the yoga videos, which take me hours to film. If you are doing a sacral chakra yoga video or a third chakra yoga video, give a super chat. It's right below the chat. You donate 5, 10, 20. If you enjoy the work that I do, thanks, Robbie. So yeah. Bullying is the third chakra. They're weakening you, and you'll lose your own sense of vision. So you've got to have a vision for what do you want? What do you really want? And I actually, I'm going to say this. This may sound harsh, but remember, I've been through it myself. We have to stop looking at the bully. We have to stop looking at them. Here's what I mean by that. When I was being bullied, I tried so hard, you guys, to please those people. I tried so hard. I did everything. I literally, in fact, it goes back to, what was the card I pulled? Passion and pleasure. I stopped having any fun. I was not dating. Over the weekend, I was working and I was thinking about my job. So when you're in that situation with a toxic job, you let it take over your life. So what I'm telling you now is you need to, and then you've given away your power. You need to start thinking about, set aside 2 hours where you just sit quietly, you turn off your phone, you turn off YouTube, and you're like, what do I want? Is this making me happy? Even if you start crying, okay, this is not making me happy. Let me make a loose plan to escape this job, okay? And you pray and you ask spirit and you ask your higher self, you say, please show me a way. Show me a way out. And you need to have gotten clear on what you desire, because what I don't want you to do is jump from one bad situation to the other. Because if we do not change, we will just manifest again more bullying, okay? Give me a yes if you hear what I'm saying. We will just manifest it again, right? We all know women who every boyfriend is abusive, right? Rather than just they had one abusive boyfriend, right? We see a recurring pattern. So we have to focus on ourselves and say, you know what? I don't like this situation. I am not happy here. What do I need to change? Goddesses, I tried to quit my job a year earlier and I let my friends talk me into staying. That last year was what really broke me. So I stayed an extra year because two friends of mine, and they were trying to be helpful, they said, don't walk away from your career because of these people. They got me kind of angry and they're like, fight. It was the worst thing. It was the absolute worst thing for me. If I had left, yes. Shay Girl says yes. Tangela says yes. If I had left when I wanted to, when my spirit, I felt really good, you guys. I was like, F this. I don't need these people. I really, like I said, I'd worked at the Museum of Modern Art. I had taught at Long Island University in Brooklyn. I'm a New Yorker. I was like, but having moved to this job, it's like they were pecking away at me. So Shea Girl, Lavender Flower, believe me, I understand. It's like they peck at you and you start losing yourself. So when I wanted to leave, I still felt like, yeah, I don't need this. This is toxic. I'm leaving. The friends talked me into staying. That final year was hell because that was the year of getting tenure. And any movies you've seen about getting tenure, that just drained me, demoralized me. Basically, tenure is where you give these people power to approve you. It's toxic for everyone. It really is. I have a friend who's quite a bit older, and his daughter just got tenure. And the stress the daughter was under and that he was under for her, it's a stressful process for everyone. I'm not trying to say it isn't. But for women and people of color, statistically, it's worse. We opt out of academia at higher rates. And I experienced it personally. As I said, in my case, it really seemed to be a gender-based, it was a male, just viciousness. And I saw them treat two other females who were white. One had left, but they ran her out. And someone we had hired, in fact, with me in meetings, they would talk about her like she was a dog. I'm saying this because it's true, and I would sit there and I'm thinking, well, we all just hired her. So if she's that bad, what does that say about us, right? Just hired the young woman and then they're going to talk about her and just say really bad things. And that's just not how I am. It just shocked me. I was just like, this isn't professional. It's one thing if you say you're at home and you say, oh, blah, blah, blah. But this is saying in a meeting, talking about someone in a very horrible, judgmental way. So do not stay in toxic environments. Pray, meditate, get still. The longer you stay, it's like you're letting them almost feed off of you. It will feel like that, where you will be empty and it's like they're going to be full and you're going to be empty. Okay, so again, this is self-esteem. This is self-esteem stuff. Born and raised in Brooklyn, now live in Phoenix. Oh, wow, okay. I lived in the Bronx and I grew up in the Bronx. lived in Brooklyn. I always say I lived everywhere except Queens. And Staten Island. So I've lived in the Bronx, I've lived in Manhattan, and I've lived, yeah, in Brooklyn. So not Queens and not Staten Island, but New Yorker here. New Yorkers are notoriously tough people. So yes, 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 yes. You are so right. I feel guilty for not figuring out a way to transmute that energy. Then it makes me feel like I lost the battle. No, no, no. You haven't lost the battle. None of us have lost the battle. Look at how many women here in this chat right now. We were up to like 21 people watching. We've all been through this where we have people who are abusive. They may have a mental or emotional issue. Our only thing that we need to look at is, how can I best take care of myself right now? So you should feel good if you've left, right? You've left, you've gotten yourself out of a bad situation. Now it's like, focus on strengthening yourself, okay? You're focus on your self-care. If you need to take like a low-level job that is less stress, right? Just take a job that you can just come home and be like, oh, fine, that's done. So take especially now. In my area, a lot of places are hiring, and they're hiring at like a really high wage. So even just take a low-level job that is no stress until you can get yourself together, like Lavender Flower, anyone else out there. You definitely want to be able to pay your bills, but that is really crucial. But again, if you stay at a toxic job, often we start to get sick, we start to get ill, and our energy does go down. So Lavender Flower, don't blame yourself. Oh yeah, family. Shay Girl says she has family in Brooklyn. Who doesn't have family in Brooklyn? Come on. Brooklyn is what? Brooklyn could be a city on its own. Isn't that right? Brooklyn has how many millions of people? So in and of itself, it's bigger than other like separate cities. So yeah, Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn has become too hip for me, I think. There are parts of Brooklyn now where it's just artists and hipsters. And I'm old enough where way back in the day, my friends had lofts in Brooklyn. These were what we would call like a cold water loft. Like they had to basically put in the walls, you guys, like they had to put up the sheetrock, but huge space, right? So now these parts of Brooklyn are so gentrified, like the rent is crazy and they're condos and so on. So often artists are the ones who lay the groundwork. This is the whole thing for me, but it's true. Artists lay the groundwork for a neighborhood because artists will go into a neighborhood where the housing may not be great, crime may be high, infrastructure isn't there. For example, I believe it's Red Hook. There are neighborhoods in New York where like the subway didn't used to go out and the bus didn't go out. Like it was a two-fare zone. Give me a yes if you know that's way back in the day when it was a two-fare zone. And artists would go out there because they could maybe get a bigger apartment. They'd be willing to compromise. And then typically once artists move into a neighborhood, then you get some galleries. And once you get galleries, you're done. It's true. Once art galleries move into an area, that starts attracting wealthier people. Once you start attracting wealthier people, then you've got some condos. Then you get more art galleries. Then you get more condos. And pretty soon, the artists were smart who got there first. Okay. This is a bad thing because that is sort of a state of gentrification. It starts with creative types who are willing to sort of, go into a neighborhood and then they sort of bring a little cachet. I can't think of another word to say it. And then, it may take 10 years or 15 years, but the neighborhood begins to really change. And the worst thing is that the rents go sky high. I saw that happen with Harlem, in New York City. So yeah, there's good and bad to it. But it's bad if people are pushed out, if they can't afford the rents anymore. That's happening in New York. Folks are moving further out from the center. But actually with COVID, there is perhaps some shrinking. I have a friend in New York City. Oh, she told her birthday. Yes, I can relate to that. Deanne. Yes. You remember exactly. A two-fare zone meant you didn't want to live there because you had to like pay the subway and then you had to pay like a bus like separately. Now everything's integrated. So it's like you have this was pre-cards, people. This was pre-digital. There was no like Metro card, it's called, where you just swipe. That didn't exist. Okay. So it was a two-fare zone, which meant you were like, why are you living out there? Anyway, so yes, yes. Hi, LaRonda, Shay Girl, Deanne. So from Brooklyn to Phoenix, I have a family member. She's very private, so we'll just leave it at that. She would love to, I think, move out to like Phoenix or Arizona, but I'm worried about the water situation out there. Now we're not on spiritual topics, we're just talking. But I'm worried about water supply out in Phoenix. I think that's an issue. Is that not an issue, water supply out in Phoenix? Let me see. Let me know. Deanne M. What about the, yes, tokens? Oh my God, I should have kept some. They had like a Y, I believe, in the center, right? A Y in the Subway had tokens. Yes, Shay Girl says when you leave a toxic situation, you have to cleanse the energy. Of course you do. But it's not just cleansing the energy. You have to rebuild yourself. I'm not going to lie, like Lavender. I'll just call you Lavender. You have to rebuild. So yes, absolutely clear the energy. You could do some cord cutting. I have a video on that. Cleanse your space. I would also get rid of anything that reminds you of that job. I'm serious. Like, this is actually kind of funny and sad. I have some beautiful blazers from when I was a professor. And you guys, do you think I've ever worn those? I'm hanging on to them. Why am I hanging on to these blazers? As I'm talking to you, I'm literally like, I should just donate them, because I do believe in donating and I love thrift store shopping. I just do. In fact, I got this top from a thrift store and I love it. And it's actually like a good brand. But I have beautiful blazers from when I was teaching and I just keep them. And I'm like, I hope to never have to wear a blazer again. That would be my joy. I never have to wear a blazer ever, ever again. Yes, in the process. You are. Yes, you are, Tangela. Absolutely. 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 We're always rebuilding ourselves because, COVID broke us down, right? Whether you had a family member who had COVID like I did, I had 2 family members come down with it quite severely. Okay. So I'm not in that crazy group of it doesn't exist and blah, blah, and all of this, please. It knocked them down really hard. I'm very lucky nobody passed away. But COVID, the world has changed. I was watching, like I said, I was watching this other YouTuber live, and he was in Hawaii. It's the same guy who's going to go to Thailand. He was in Hawaii, and you guys, well, it was early. It was early, but the streets were really deserted. Maybe as I think of it now, it was that early, but there was just, things haven't recovered yet. So I'm just saying we all have to rebuild ourselves now. Do my root chakra meditation. I also have a video that is all of the chakras meditation. I specifically always recommend mindfulness. Mindfulness is where you just sit. You're not focusing any particular place, right? And you take like several deep breaths. You get centered and you just focus on your breath is the first way to do it. You just really focus on your breathing. You do that for 10 minutes. You're going to be so calm afterwards. That's mindfulness of the breath. And I do have some videos on that. They may be a little harder to find. I don't think I have them on the front page because what we need quiet. We need to stop all this input. You need to cut down on some of your social media. And yes, this is about your manifesting. How can you manifest what you desire when you keep seeing so-and-so showing her feet on the beach in Tahiti? You see what I mean? People are getting into our heads that don't belong in our heads. Okay, welcome. I see some folks have joined us. Cut out. What I'd love for you all to do as I get ready to close. Yeah, I know I love a good thrift store. Believe me, I will find gems at the thrift store. I can tell by fabric. I will literally just scan. I don't pull everything out. I just scan and I'll find like, it'll be some like designer or like very, very quality store just because I look at the fabric. And you have to also know the proper thrift store. The thrift store, the location of the thrift store is really important. Also, what I find with thrift stores is sometimes ones that are connected with a church. In New York City, there were some thrift stores that were in very posh neighborhoods that were connected with a church. beautiful things, designer clothes. People were just like, oh, I've had that for a year and I'm tired of it. So thrift store shopping can be great fun. There are people who make quite a bit of money finding beautiful things from thrift stores and reselling them. So you just have to know I like the hunt. So yes, I totally relate to that. But cut out some social media. So if you're finding that you're dealing with a toxic work environment, you want to manifest, like some of you have told me, you want to manifest travel, you want to manifest a different job or different work, I would cut out some of the social media time, cut off some of the Instagram folks. If they don't make you feel joyful or really teach you in a deep way, then just unfollow them to give yourself a little peace. Does that make sense? Give yourself a little peace and quiet by cutting out some of the social, carve out a half hour of quiet time where you can journal, where you can meditate, and you'll get yourself back on the right path. Absolutely. Absolutely. hmm I am building myself up as well. It's not an easy journey, but giving up is not an option. Yes. So you guys, if you're not already in my Facebook group, let me just pull it up really quick. I don't post a huge amount in there, but it's a nice place where you can just share if you pop in once a week, and just share how you're doing. Let me just find it. It's in flow of magic because Facebook shortened it. So hang on. And I want to say, I want to keep it high vibe. So sorry, hold on really quick for me to get back to StreamYard. Here it is. This is just my Facebook group. I don't post a huge amount in there, but it's a way where if you just want to keep in touch between videos or if you have a question, if I'm doing anything, like if I'm talking free on Clubhouse, I make sure I let them know. The best thing though really would be to join my list, because my list, I email them everything I'm doing. So let me see if I can just find that real quick. And I give them a discount on anything I'm doing. I send out a newsletter to them once, maybe twice a week, but no more than that. Hold on, let me just put my email list. For instance, when I reopen the chakra course, I'm going to very likely do a discount for folks who are on my list. Oh gosh. Hey guys, let me okay, I have to open my MacBook. There we go. Here is how you can just join my tribe, and you will get, I think, 2 or 3 meditations that I've recorded that are different than anything on the channel. They're not already on the channel. Okay, so just join my tribe. Once or twice a week, I will email you. And if you want more support, those of you who haven't, join me on Patreon. I think I have like a $5 a month tier. And real quick, so that's the cheapest way to kind of work with me. What I do with Patreon is every month we get a theme. I post something about the theme, how to work with it, and then I usually do something in the middle of the month, so just 3 things. And then at the end of the month, around the time of the full moon, we just do a gathering like this. But again, it's not public on YouTube, it's more private, and it's a small group. Okay, so it's different. The energy is different. Because this does end up being, on YouTube. So on Patreon, it's just, and I think I have maybe 22 people who support the channel by being patrons. So we have a theme, like I had a theme of spring health, and I gave some acupressure points, and I talked about what herbs you could use. So even if you join now, you have access to the old posts, videos, text, and whatever. This month was a little bit lighter because I said, look, I'm working on losing some weight. So the video I put up on the channel, and I'm going to actually post one more thing there for my patrons. And then in a couple of days, we're going to have our goddess gathering. It's best not to join the Patreon at the end of the month because you're charged when you join, whether you pledge $10 a month or something, or $5 a month, and then you're charged on the 1st. So I encourage people to wait till like the 1st to join, or just know that when you join as a patron of the channel on Patreon, you pay whatever you're pledging right then, and then you're billed on the 1st thereafter. It's the lowest cost way to sort of connect with me, to get advice. And like I said, we have a theme every month. We had a theme on money about 2 months ago. working with prosperity. I usually use a video on my channel, but I give a tip sheet. I give a sheet that helps you with like either an exercise or practices. Does that make sense? So it works with usually the content that is on my channel that you may not have seen, but the tip sheet gives you something you can work on for the month. So we worked on prosperity about 2 months ago. And so each month I have a different theme. We might focus on a chakra for 1 month, or it depends. I'll really see what spirit gives me. So, oh, great. Ether. Is it Ether? Ether? How do you say your name? Oh, this is my first live chat. Oh, I'm so glad, Deanne. No accidents. Yes. So thanks for the super chats. I want to again highlight those folks who did. Robbie, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate you, for that support. And Tiana also, thank you so much for the super chat. And I think at this point, well, now I'm up to 25 folks. So a super chat, you can ask a question. The guy I was watching, he was live for like 3 hours. He was walking around Hawaii, so a little different. He was showing us the beaches in Hawaii. But yeah. So yeah, if you give a super chat, I will put your question to the top. I'm going to keep going because I'm actually not hungry yet. So I'm going to stay on, and I do like the lives. So thank you, Tiana. And you get highlighted. Thank you, Robbie. And we worked on their manifestation a little bit. They shared. So if you have a question about affirmations, vision boarding, or scripting, not sure if it's a thing in the UK. Oh, that's a side conversation. If you have a question, can you just put question or the letter Q and then put your question, okay? But yes, super chats are available. I love them. I love them. I'm going to read, let's see, Thomason. This is so wow. I've been trying to find a way to get to work once I move out of my university accommodation. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. So Thomason, it sounds like because YouTube is playing from the beginning, so you might be a little bit behind where I was. House sitting, girl, it can be fun. It only works with certain personalities. I'm pretty flexible, strangely. Like I like certain things a certain way. But when I have it in my head that I'm house sitting, you have to be the type like, okay, I just have my stuff. It's not my furniture. Like you need to be someone who's flexible. Like I said, join Stephanie Perry's channel. Let her know I sent you. When you subscribe to her, leave a comment on one of her videos. She has something called House Sitting School. But and then there's a magazine that she promotes, which it's either that one or another one. That's how I found. You know what? I subscribed to that magazine, but all my house sits were word of mouth. Once you start house sitting, Goddess, and again, this is just for those who want to travel. Once you start house sitting, you blow up. Because guess what? If I live in Merida, Mexico, or I live in Mexico City, and my friend says, I have this wonderful woman, she's mature, I trust her, she's been in my house, everything's fine. The friend's going to tell her girlfriend's going to tell 5 more people. Pretty soon you have a circuit, and that's what Stephanie has. She says she has people now who, when they're going away, they just call her. They may be Americans who live in Mexico, and they're like, will you come house sit for me? She'll stay for a month. She'll stay for 6 weeks. Then she has another house sit. So it's just a very flexible, if you're that kind of person, if you're flexible, if you can travel light, okay, you can't be traveling with all your furniture. Okay, so you have to be like I was about 6 years ago or more when I was house sitting. I was just like I said, when I left teaching, I drove my little car. I had all my stuff, which couldn't have been that much stuff because, guys, it was a Hyundai, okay? It was a small car. And I just house sat for this woman for 6 or 7 months. She had gone to Canada. She had met someone in Canada. She didn't want to sell her house yet. And it was a magical way that I manifested that. I may share. If I get a super chat, I'll share that, how I manifested that. Because we are talking about manifesting. We've got folks from Brooklyn, oh my God, I just went blank from Brooklyn originally. A lot of Phoenix, a lot of warm places out west. We have a lot of people joining us. Welcome if you're just joining. You know, what's funny is YouTube takes a while to let people know you're live. So now I'm at the highest count and I've been on live for an hour and a half. So I'm going to say, if you give a super chat, I will keep going. I will also just do some divination on a question I did for someone before, and a couple of people I just answered was answering their questions, but the card was right on target. She had a partner who was in another state, and she had asked me about her job, and I pulled something about love and actually the journey, and that it's about love. And she admitted that her boyfriend was in another state and she was torn whether she should move. So how do you do a super chat? A super chat, my ladies, is a donation to the channel, and to me, I would be very grateful. You go to the bottom of the chat and you can see super sticker or super chat, and it's just a donation to the channel. Let me go back to StreamYard. If you have a question about manifesting, if you want me to work on a affirmation with you or come up with one for you, or you're having trouble with manifesting better health, or you're having trouble with manifesting work, or getting your business to grow, I will pull a card. And the deck I like is the Traveler's deck. It's the Sacred Traveler's deck by Denise Lynn. She is Native American, and it's a 52 card deck. I do not have them all memorized by any means, so I actually, if I'm not sure of the meaning too, or if I want to add more, I got my little booklet here. I really like this one because what it does is it takes life as a journey. So every card uses the metaphor of a journey to give you its message. Okay. So any more super chats? Robbie, Ether Shakur. Stephanie Perry is Black. She is Black American. She's African American. And this is what's so weird. We're the same. Let me know, you guys, if you do this. Is it Myers-Briggs? I think I'm an INFP. I'm an INFP. And so I really vibed with her, right? With her channel, Stephanie Perry, Perry. She talks about being an expat or just traveling around the world, specifically for Black women, and to understand we could even live abroad. And so that's the bulk of her channel. And so and she's going to interview me, and I'm going to have her on my channel. She's going to come over here. We're probably going to talk sort of mindset and how to get yourself to where you feel you can live abroad for part of the time. So she's an INFP too. So I really vibed with her. And then one of her lives, she says, oh yeah, I'm an INFP, because she was talking about, she said she was house sitting, and then she's like, oh, I feel a little lonely. And then somebody said, well, why don't you go to such and such a little cafe? And then she said she thought about it. And she's like, well, I'm not that lonely. And that is, it's an introvert. And that's how I am. And she said, I'm an INFP. I'm like, oh my God, because that's not a very common type. I think it's INFP. It's not the most common. It's not the rarest, but it's, I think especially in, well, not just women or men, but it's just less common type. It's an introvert. What does that stand for? Introvert, feeling, intuitive. So I think that's why I also felt such an affinity for her and her message that we as women, we need to understand that we can choose, our lives. Robbie. Yeah, Tangila. So yeah, welcome if you're just joining us. We were talking about manifestation. And if you are up to giving a super chat, I have to have a bell. A super chat is just a way to say thanks. And it's a way that YouTube set up for creators to be able to make some money from their channel. I don't make a lot of money from my channel. My channel is kind of niche. And so if you do things like technology, you make more money, or if you have a video that just goes really viral, and that it's from the ads that run before or after. Just so you know, goddesses, I try not to run video ads in the middle of my meditations. I think YouTube does it sometimes, but I have it set where you do not run an ad in the middle. But YouTube is a corporation, so I'm grateful for them for being able to have a channel, but yeah, I don't make very much from the channel at all from it directly. So super chats are appreciated. They're down at the bottom of the chat. And let's see. Now, Robbie, I thought I had answered your question. I didn't pick a card, but did I not give great feedback to you? Hi, Deanne. Hope you're still here. Tangela, hope you're still here. Say in the comments if you're just joining, where you're from. Oh, okay. I blinked out. There must be a storm coming. Yes, Robbie. Yeah. Robbie, was there a specific question? Or an area that you are seeking advice in. So yeah, Robbie, thanks for being a patron. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Yeah, thank you. I think you had just said, but it's best if I have a question. I find good books and crafts. Yes. Okay, talking about the thrift store. All right. Well, I'm just going to pull a card for Robbie. I don't see. And so, as I always say, and this is why I stopped doing general readings, I need to tune into the person, and I like to know more about them, and I like to. It's meant to be empowering. So there's no yes or no. It's what do you want to create? So when I pull a card, it's about helping you create what you desire, or if that is not good for you, how to create something better for you. Okay, so for Robbie, oh, this is so bizarre. Before I went live, honest to God truth, before I went live for this session, I pulled a card. I was like, what's the overall energy? And this is the same card I pulled. Was unknown territory reversed. And I took that as, oh, so many of the women the unknown territory is literally that. You are exactly where you need to be. So Robbie, that's your message. A lot of women I'm interacting with, whether it's for the energy healing session, is they're feeling a little bit like they're in a dark, not like dark, like depressed place, but they don't know what they're supposed to do. How are they supposed to shift? They're basically like confused. They're in a transition point. And so that card, and I just put it back because it's weird. I was shuffling the whole time I was talking and talking about super chats. I was shuffling on my knee, and that is the exact card that I pulled prior to starting this live. And Robbie, that's what you got, is that you are unknown territory. You may feel lost. You may feel unsure of where you are and what the hell you're doing. Whoops. Hope YouTube doesn't, anyway. But you're exactly where you should be. So Robbie, Spirit wants you to know you're exactly where you need to be. Not knowing means you're supposed to stay open. Here, I'm going to read you some more of what it says. Yep. Yeah, if you can't see clearly, don't panic. It's a time for you to go within and be open to a new approach, because the not knowing is actually a blessing, because this is what's going to allow you to open a different door, right? You've been going the same way, right? This is time where something new can be had. And so it's like you're in like a little tornado and you're being spun around, but when that ends, you're going to be like facing a different direction, and you are right where you need to be. That's the main message. Cherish those moments of not knowing. It's often during those times that the greatest revelations occur. Trust that all is well. Trust that all is well. So yes, that was the message. Love from Belgium. Hi, Sharonized Makeup. Go check out her channel, Sharonized Makeup. Is that a full channel, Sharonized? Let me know. I'm starting a new job tomorrow. Wish I could send a super chat now, but soon. You've helped me so much. I wish I could put it into words. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Thomason. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad. All right. So sending blessings for your new job. Is it something that you're excited about? Thomason, is it something you're excited about? Is it um, a field or an area you're excited about? Sharonized makeup also, all the way from Belgium. I want to visit Belgium because of like the chocolates and the sweets. Hold on, I'm gonna try to, whoops, okay, wait. I was trying to bring up Sharonized makeup. Check out her channel, guys. Ooh, beautiful picture. Makeup, okay. Now, Sharonized makeup, do you speak in English or what language is your channel, goddess? I'm really, I'd love to know. And only follow her if you're interested in makeup because it hurts the channel if you subscribe but don't watch the videos, okay? But do check her out if you're into makeup. Robbie, that's okay. That's exactly what I need to hear. Yes, yes. No, I'm very intuitive. I'm very intuitive. Yeah, we don't always have to know. Spirit knows. Just it's like the metaphor of that phase of the butterfly. Do you know that when the what is it, like the caterpillar, right? It literally dissolves. Like when it spins the cocoon inside, it is complete. It like dissolves and remakes itself to be the butterfly. So you do not have to know. Watching this, you do not have to know if you feel. And I shouldn't have put the card back so fast, but this unknown territory, like I said, I wouldn't lie to you. I pulled this card before I even got on the air. And then when Robbie's like, well, can you pull a card for me? And I pulled the same card again. So many of you need to hear this message. If you feel you're in unknown territory, right, you're exactly where you need to be. Trust that. If you can have trust and faith, that all will be well. All will be well. It may not, we can't see the full picture. We do not have the ability none of us have the ability to see the full picture, the full scope. Just trust that things are working out. Louise Hay, who I just loved all the work she did, she said one of her main affirmations was, only good lies ahead of me. So I'm sure even as she lived to be very old, she said, I just never worry about what's going to happen because I know it will be good, right? We can pass away good. We can end up, in a beautiful realm. We can end up in heaven. We can end up, if you believe in rebirth, we don't know. I always find it interesting, for instance, when people, I understand, of course, we grieve, but what I always think is we don't know the person we don't know other realms can be better than where we are. Look at how much pain there is on this planet, how much starvation, hatred, there's murder, there's war, there's famine. And yet we always think like when somebody passes on that it's a bad thing. We do not know. Many spiritual traditions talk about that you return to spirit. It feels joyous. You're unbound from all the problems that you have in this when you're bound by your physical body. So my point is we don't know. Have faith that it's a learning period and that you're where you're supposed to be. And that doesn't mean you can't have a vision. Have your vision, but remember to always put this or something better manifest for the highest good of all. This or something better manifest for the highest good of all. Ah, wonderful. Okay. She spent months trying to get an internship, but a new path? Exactly. Sometimes you have to flex. You have to flow like a river. Like a river, right? The path is there, and slowly the river sort of carves out the bank. But this may lead to something even better than you had envisioned. Maybe this isn't it, but sometimes you meet, it's so funny, you meet a husband or wife in this job that sucked, and then you get a different job, or you move to another country, or you move to another state or another province, right? But you wouldn't have met the love of your life if you hadn't had this terrible job, for example, right? These things happen. You break your leg and you end up having to go to the doctor, but maybe having to go to the doctor for that, you find out about something else that you're able to prevent because you got the doctor's visit. You just never know We really just never know. And so I think it's so important to stay positive. Thank you, Deanne. Stay positive and still have clarity on what you desire, but spirit knows your heart, and stay hopeful. Don't make statements like, I read YouTube comments, you guys, on videos that I watch, and comments can be so negative. You can see the person's mindset, because that's what we're talking about, manifestation here, for those of you just joining. You can see the person's mindset in, okay, I'll share with you real quick. Deanne, thank you so much for the super chat. A guy, I was watching him, handsome guy, nice home, and then he says he has a wife, but he goes, oh, I have no friends. YouTube popped this up to my feed, people. I actually wrote, I said, look, first, I just don't believe you. You have no friends. And then I gave some advice. But some of the comments to this man were like this. Oh, you're better off alone. You know, you don't want to have friends. Like, they basically are like, oh, having friends is overrated or something like that. That was their attitude. So they're like, you're better off alone. And I'm like, okay, well, we see your mindset. You know, many of them were like, they just were like, they didn't take his problem as he was presenting it. They're just like, oh yeah, you're better off. People are like, almost like they'd say people are two-faced or something. Like, they just really had this track. And some of them are, oh yeah, I don't have friends and I know I'm happier that way. And I'm like, okay, you don't have friends, but you're saying you're happier. So, okay, this is a paradigm, right? And you know, I talk about paradigms a lot. So you could see their belief system even in their comments. You could see the limitations of their mind. So, ooh, we manifested a remote job. Okay. Ooh, the melanin diet. Nice, nice. Okay. Question, I manifested a remote job as I build my business. What do you see for my wellness business? Well, first of all, I think that's fantastic. Congratulations, guys. Give her some thumbs up and some hearts and some love. You manifested, first of all, the remote job. So right there tells me you are a manifester, right? So you have manifested a way to support you as you grow your business. Goddesses, when you start a business, whether it's a side hustle, and welcome to those just joining, it's like a little baby. So you can't expect a little baby the same way a baby doesn't support its mama, right? The mom is like nourishing, right? It reaches a certain age, and then, of course, in a good culture, in a good society, the child then can become a support for the parent as the parent maybe gets older, right? In the same way, our business, sometimes we need to take another job. I know there's some of you out there who this applies to as well. Sometimes we need to take another job to support the business in that infancy, in that preteen stage, you know, before it can support us. So Deanne says, the question more, how can you grow your wellness business? What do you need to know? Wow. Rejuvenating rain. Okay, I'm sorry, this is not a diverse deck, but you got rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. So yes, this is so, not this card, but this message is so common. Rejuvenating rain. So cleansing. It's talking about cleansing. Clear the past, heal the present. That is the answer to your question in terms of growing your business. So that can include detoxing, but I'm going to give you exactly what the book says. Like I said, I am accurate in the draw, but I don't have every single one memorized, and I want to give you the full details. Physical and emotional healing is occurring. Okay, there is a cleansing and a clearing of old emotional wounds. Percival, what are you doing? Okay, he's going behind the wall hanging here, so if it falls down, we'll know what happened. So, Deanne, all is forgiven. Absolve yourself, forgive yourselves and others their transgressions against you. It's time to let go. Yeah, so there's some past stuff that might hold you back unless you do a process, which I'm gonna bet, because like I said, I'm accurate, I'm very intuitive. You may be already aware of that you need to let go of old wounds, things that people have done. It used the word transgressions. So that's why rejuvenating rain, cleansing. So let's see cleansing specifically they recommend. The old must be cleared away. So in order for new growth, like your business, to occur, the old must be cleared away. This card indicates a time of clearing out what doesn't serve and support you. So Deanne, that's what I would focus on. So often, like I said, my readings are about how to empower you to get what you desire. And so I am doing the energy healing. Check it out at my website. And I'm actually going to put that up so that you know this is one of the services I do. This is my website. So I'm doing energy healings with an aspect of divination. So for you to grow your wellness business, you need to get well with your past. You need to heal these wounds, old hurts, and it might also very much involve a clearing out and cleaning out. Very often I find that there's clutter in the home. Yeah, physical clutter can be indicative of emotional clutter. So Deanne, let me know if this resonates for you. Physical clutter can be indicative of emotional clutter. It always is. If you go into somebody's home and there's a lot of clutter, the inner and the outer reflect each other. Okay, it's a great time to do a fast and just use water to cleanse. So whether that is sea salt baths, detoxing by drinking more water, as Percival decides he's going to, Kitty Cat decided he needs to be on the shelf because I took my basket that has my cards down. So he has to be up there. So let me know if that resonates with you. Is there, you, and always people are aware when they get a card, they're like, so clear the past to heal the present. That is the message, Deanne. Clear the past. So does that resonate for you? Now, very occasional, she says, so true. Yeah. Often I find anyone, and there was somebody else too. Yes. Was it Lavender? You said you were having trouble building your tarot business. Almost always goddesses. And I'm so glad we're getting into this because this is about manifesting, which is what the stream was supposed to be about. Often there's old stuff holding us back. It's just that basic. If you can see, who do you need to forgive? Who is it? An old lover? Is it a parent that was too strict or abusive? Is it, who was it? What is the knot? Our energy, if our energy flows, we can manifest anything, goddesses, right? If our energy is flowing and it's right for your soul and it's a gift that was given to you, then you are to share it, right? So if you have trouble manifesting, there's a knot in like the energy, there's a blockage. So we can try to ignore it. We can try to work around it. Like for instance, with the chakras, if one chakra is weak or blocked, the energy sort of flows around, but it also blocks other chakras, like above or below will get blocked because the energy isn't moving through. The energy is meant to just flow through our whole bodies, through the meridians, the nadis. The nadis are the channels that nourish the organs, our brain, our heart, our kidneys, all of that energy from the chakras. The chakras are like little, almost think of them like Grand Central Station back for the New Yorkers, right? They're little subway stations, right? They're little chakras in your hands, for instance, but the 7 major chakras are like hubs, right? And they each have their own character. And so if there is a blockage in your energy system, it will be hard to manifest going forward. So yes, that's why she got the card Rejuvenating Rain. And so there are steps she can take, okay? Clear the past, heal the present. Clear the past, heal the present. I would start throwing shit out of my house. Just throw stuff out, especially if it reminds you of this old person or situation that was negative for you. Just get rid of it, gift it, or put it to Goodwill. Somebody will love that table where you used to have dinner, with the ex or whatever. Get rid of it. Get rid of the dress that reminds you of the job. Get rid of the earrings that were a birthday gift from the abusive partner. You see what I'm saying? Just clear it out. Clear it out. Cleanse. Do a fast. And again, I'm not a doctor. So Deanne, maybe just do, a simple fast where you just eat more simply. Doesn't have to be, people are, oh, should I do a dry fast? You guys, a dry fast is no food, no water. I'm not going to tell somebody I don't know to do a dry fast. And I'm not a fasting expert. Why would you go so extreme? For most of us, even just eating kind of clean, eating fruits, eating steamed vegetables, maybe, just very simple, no dairy, no meat for a day, maybe just do some green juicing for a day, just stuff like that, just to cleanse out, doing baths, different things you could maybe do internally depending on your health. Um, you know, if you could get to an ocean or a lake and really just get your body into that flow of nature, right? And that cleansing. So, yeah, that's the advice for you. At times, I need to forgive myself for transgressions against self. Yes, yes. Deanne, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Guys, see, that's what you've got to do, goddess. Yep. She shares. So that's the person I was just doing the reading for, where I said she's got to let go of these past pain and hurts and so on. She's sharing here. I'll read it. I haven't spoken with my mom for 3 weeks. Lots of pain there for years. It came to a head earlier this month. Yes. Perhaps you need time apart. Who knows? I don't know that, but that's what needs to be healed, because again, our energy, it's all connected. It's not like in Western, how Western medicine is like, oh, I'm going to send you to the ear doctor. I'm going to send you to the osteopath, at the bone doctor. It's still one body, right? So energetically, if there's a block somewhere, say with mom or with anyone, especially like say, so maybe that's heart chakra, right? Reverberating through the root chakra, right? Family, we all have that. So it's not just, this particular woman here. We all have that. And so then that blocks the energy flow, right? Because the energy may get kind of tight, kind of locked down. We may try to I was going to say suffocate. I don't know why, but suffocate the emotion. We don't want to feel the emotion. And you can't do that and have everything else working well. It's very hard to do that. So the whole energy system, think of it like a series of blocks, like if you were stacking to make like a skyscraper. If one of them is out of whack, the others can't balance properly, right? And they won't be able to build that, that height that they need, each of the chakras flowing, right? That won't happen. And we'll start to get different blockages. So everything is connected within us. So if we have an issue that is really concerning us, it can be very hard to go past that. It can be very hard to go past that unless we heal it. I also recommend, I don't know, it just came to me, really exercise. I know that might seem weird, but hi, Helona. Thanks for the super chat. I do not teach tarot. There's so many channels where they take you through step by step. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I like tarot, but there's something, I really prefer oracle cards. I feel like they're just more clear, and typically, actually for myself, I'll do tarot, but I'll use a series of oracle cards. I mentioned this one before. This is a small deck. It's a melanated tarot deck. It's dust and onyx. It was a gift, but I believe the woman who created it, she's an artist. So I'll just show this. Like this is Grace Jones. I don't know if it's supposed to be Grace Jones because Grace Jones might sue her, but she has her art on it. Okay. So this is the chief, and she made the chief a Black woman, right? And she used her art. It's very moody. So I have all different decks. This one here, this is the Hermit. Okay, I love this one. This is very nice. Isn't that beautiful? The Hermit. So I love them because it really is, it's artistic, and it's her unique spin. Here is the Conjurer, which I believe would be the Magician. Anyway, so this deck is called Dust and Onyx. Let me see. I don't know how you can get it. Created by multimedia artist Courtney Alexander. So the imagery, if you're used to the Rider-Waite, that's the only thing. This is Papa Staff. Okay, so this would be King of Wands. So if you're working with ancestors, and or you're also just interested in African heritage, whatever your background, this might be a deck that you would like. So you do have the imagery is not exactly the Rider Waite, or it's not even a clone, what that would be called a clone. So, but yeah, there's so many great people to learn tarot from, even on YouTube, and there's so many great books as well. So I'm going to answer Helona. Let's see, Helona, thank you. So Helona, thank you for the super chat. I have my mindfulness bell here. My singing bowl. Let's take a deep breath in with me, you guys. We've been going for a while. Helona. Should I update an old website or create something new with a new name? Okay. Okay. Just thinking. I'm thinking. Helona, would you like me to use the Native Spirit deck? Those are your two choices. The Native Spirit, because it's an oracle deck. And it often, what it gives is like earth-based practices for you to get an answer. Or this one, which is the Traveler's deck, which uses the metaphor of life as a journey, which it is. So it also gives very clear advice. Helona, which one would you prefer? Let me know in the chat. And very much thank you for the super chat. And so should I update an old website or create something new with a new name? The old or the new? Okay, Helona, are you still there? Helona. Oh yeah, isn't it? Yeah, Sharon Eyes Makeup. Sharon Eyes Makeup, did you share? Is your language in English? Your channel, Sharon Eyes Makeup? Check her out in the chat, guys, if you're interested in makeup and a makeup channel. And I'm waiting for Helona. Just let me know, Helona, do you have a preference for a card deck? If I don't hear from you in 1 second, I'm going to, because something's telling me, like all of a sudden, I'm thinking to use this one, the Native Spirit. Oh, exercise. Yeah, no, exercise. Thank you, Tina. To move energy. Literally, again, not weight loss, which that is more superficial, I admit. Oh, okay. Helona says Traveler's deck. Okay, thank you, Helona. I got it. And Tina, thank you for getting me on track. Tina, exercise can help move the energy. So say she was saying, long-term time difficulties with her mom. And so if we have grief, we have sadness, we may have rage, moms and daughters, things are very deep. I would probably do yoga, but even running, something, first of all, when cats decide they're going to chase their tail, which is so hilarious. I think his tail was just starting to bother him. First of all, do you know you're live on YouTube? Percy? Yes. You're being viewed by many people right now. Or are you going to just, you're going to try to chase your tail in a really small space? Okay. I would do running, walking in nature, exercise, just to help move that energy that is blocked. That was to the previous question where she needs to let go of things. And then she shared with us that there was some family stuff going on. Exercise can help us move it. Specifically yoga. Yoga isn't just exercise, but what's great about yoga, and that would be the form I would recommend, is you're breathing, right? So you're holding and you're breathing. Say you're stretching forward. You're doing what's called seated forward bend or Paschimottanasana. And Helona, I will definitely do your reading. When you're stretching forward like this, like I have in some of my videos, right? You're stretching, this is all the bladder meridian, and you're releasing tension through the back. And the bladder meridian has to do very much with fear. So if you hold it, you guys, I've had people in my class, this is not just me or anything about me being special. When you do yoga, sometimes you'll start crying. So that's where I was going with the exercise, that perhaps exercise for Deanna, exercise and just hold and breathe is going to let all of that stuff come out of her, all of that pain from the relationship. So yeah, that's what I was saying with exercise. For some people, maybe they want to run, maybe they need that like, just really get it out, just get into the woods and just run on a trail. So that's a way to move our energy, like literally, right? It also raises our spirits. Believe me, I've been deeply depressed at times. And whenever I'm deeply depressed, I do not want to move. I do not even want to walk. I've been so depressed and let me know if this has happened to you. This was when I was much younger. I literally didn't like sunlight. I would want to just the drapes down. Like I wouldn't want to go out. It wasn't even social anxiety. It was more if it was a bright sunny day, it contrasted with how depressed I was. Okay. So exercise, I'm also saying, can lift her spirits as she deals with healing with her mom and for all of us. So forcing yourself to exercise, like just just do it. Percival, you're still, oh, you're not live anymore. We're just going to watch you so Helona, sorry. So again, I don't like to give yes, no. Let's see what you need to know to make this decision. Deanne says, I have 2 cats. I know. I would be a crazy cat lady if I were allowed to. I would probably have 3 cats. Percival, you do know that you're live, right? Do you understand you're live? Yeah? Okay. Well, I'm busy though. Okay. Helona. Wow. Helona. Well, let's leave Percy because he's so handsome. Finding sanctuary. Finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. See, this is what I mean. If you go to a reader or you think, oh, should I just do the new website? Da, 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 da. There's more to it. The question always, I always try to give an answer that is more expansive. So opening to your spiritual source, that's what you need to do with this question, because I suspect this question is bigger than it seems. Opening to your spiritual source. So let's see. And let me know if even just that resonates with you. Finding sanctuary, right? And we see this tower up in the clouds, and there's a little staircase to go up to your tower. Okay. Finding sanctuary. Rest and rejuvenate are what you really need to do. Tune into your spiritual source. It's time to retreat. It's in times of retreat and inner sanctuary that you can truly hear the voice of your soul, Helona. Go within and find your inner refuge. Be a safe haven for others. Step forward with grace, deliberation, and thoughtfulness. It's interesting, right? She says she teaches meditative writing and she writes inspirational books. And the card I pull is about that she's be a safe haven for others. Step forward with grace, deliberation, and thoughtfulness. That fits exactly with what you're saying you do. Take moments of reflection. Profound healing of physical and emotional wounds can occur in the stillness of sanctuary. Okay. Yeah, so you need to go within with this question. It is a bigger question than just simply, my sense is there might be a new direction for you. Not completely new, but an evolution, right? So you need to take that time, go inward, right? Find sanctuary wherever that is. Maybe you could even go away for a little weekend trip. Maybe you could take a road trip, Helona, where you can have some peace and quiet and tune in. Sometimes the voyager becomes travel weary. Remember, they use that metaphor of the traveler. So the pack becomes heavy and the journey becomes lackluster. It's in these moments that the traveler needs to step off the path, find a temple or sanctuary to reassess and renew, and to remember what is truly important in life. This gives a perspective and new life strategies. Create a place of beauty in your home or in nature, Helona, that feels sacred and holy, and spend time there carefully listening to your inner voice. If you've been pushing too hard or struggling to keep going, which I suspect you have, this is the time to be still and nurture your internal world. Yeah. Maybe the reason you haven't made the decision yet is you need a little rest. You need rest and retreat. Yeah. Let me know if that resonates for you. You might have said that way back as I was. Hi there, Helona. So, yeah, Helona, does that resonate for you? Does that resonate? So often, and I said this earlier, again, welcome if you're just joining. We're really winding up the live. But often when we can't make a decision or it's a business and we're stuck or it's not growing, there's two things. There's something we need to let go of from the past where our energy is stuck, which was the previous person, or we're pushing so hard and we're not working with that feminine energy, the divine feminine that I talk about, which is about rest, rejuvenation, and taking time inwardly to. So for instance, the divine feminine isn't like studying what everybody says about, oh, YouTube, oh, you got to be on Instagram, oh, you got to be doing this, oh, you got to be doing that. The divine feminine is that queen energy. She goes within and seeks her own counsel first. Yes, Percival. Yes, you can sit on my lap. So you need to find sanctuary, and I suspect you're going to step into something even bigger, Helona. Wow, I just got over a bout of food poisoning for several weeks and said I need to go on a personal retreat for a few days. Yes, yes. There you go. I mean, I just told, that's really what you need to know. So the question isn't old website, new website. The question now, and I see this a lot, I'm not blaming you at all. I see this with women. We want to keep going. And we said, especially Black women, we are workhorses. We're supposed to just keep going. But goddess, if you bout of food poisoning, right, for several weeks, okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. Again, I'm not a doctor, but if you had food poisoning and we're dealing with it for several weeks, your whole your digestion is going to be off. So you're going to need time to heal that, get your whole system back in order. And you said you need to go on a personal retreat. And that's what the card says, find sanctuary. And then open to your spiritual source, you will have your answer. You will have your answer about your website, whether to just update or like I said, I'm really feeling that there is going to be a new direction. But if you don't take this time for peace and quiet, you will not get that clarity. So open to your spiritual source, rest, renew. And when you come out of that, you will know exactly what to do. And it will blossom for you. It will absolutely blossom for you. So yeah, that's the advice. Yes. Very, very good. I hope that was helpful. And Helona, thank you. Thank you guys who did the super chat. I really appreciate you that you could. Helona did a $10 super chat, and I had several. Deanna did a super chat. So I really appreciate that. I've got my super chat bell. Some YouTubers have like a fancy sound effect. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to figure that out. It might be beyond me. So before I go, I just want to show this is, and I'll have to re-put it in the chat. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on one second. No, I don't think I can re-put it in the chat again. Join my tribe, and if I'm doing any discounts or anything free or any programs, you hear about it first. And I send out a newsletter once, sometimes twice a week. If something's happening, if I'm on Clubhouse, I will let you guys know. For instance, if you are on Clubhouse, let me know. Are any of you on Clubhouse? I'm at Viv Will, or I have a club, and it is called In the Flow of Magic, which is the name of my website, In the Flow of Magic. And I have a show at 1 p.m. Monday and Wednesdays that you would love. You can listen to it from work or wherever you are. Okay? On Monday, I tend to talk about money and mindset and manifestation of money. And that is great fun. It's just a half hour. And then Wednesday, focus more on chakras and energy healing. Okay, so check me out on Clubhouse. Are any of you on there? It can be addictive. Okay, so I hope you don't get addicted to it. Like, I heard people who were like, didn't go to work because they were in a conversation on Clubhouse and they like missed going to work. I'm like, but I have been on there sometimes for up to 4 hours at a time. I've cut back because it really, what Clubhouse is, for those of you who don't know, it's just an audio app. And I do have invites. Actually, if you do need an invite, you can find me at assistant. I'll just share it with you. Assistant at In the Flow of Magic. Did I spell assistant right? Probably not. So it's an audio app. It's just like live talk radio. So you can be in a room, you just see your picture. So it's not, you're not on camera. So that's really nice for people. and you're just listening, but you can jump on the stage. So say you had to make a comment, we could hear your voice. Instead of you typing, I just be like, okay, Helona, come on, and I'll let you speak, and you come up to the stage, and it's on the phone, and we'll see your little picture, and we'll just hear you in real time sharing whatever wisdom you have. Okay, assistant at In the Flow of Magic. So if you want a Clubhouse invite, I think I have about 7 of them. So if you email me at assistant@intheflowofmagic.com, I'll give you a Clubhouse invite. So it's really the hottest app because, again, it's not like Instagram where you're seeing people and you have to look. You can just listen. You could be washing dishes. Sometimes I just want something in the background and I'll be on the computer and I can listen to Clubhouse. So do check me out over there, intheflowofmagic.com. Thank you, goddesses, so much. It was great to see you all. Deanna. Sorry if I keep masquerading your name. Helona, Tangila, and some of the funny YouTube name, MS Roro, Ms. Roro 949, Sharonized Makeup, Tina Lombard, Tangila. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Here's another Nikki, Queen of Divine, asking about tarot. Thank you so much, Thomason. Good luck with the new job. That is fantastic. Robbie. Yeah, perfect. Ether Shakur. Yes. Lavender Flower 789. Lavender Flower best on your business and your work. So yeah, I've been live for 2.5 hours. Mwah. Stay blissed and blessed. I love being here with you. I might do another live Sunday. If I do a live, it will be on Sunday around 3 or 4. If not, it'll be a recorded video. And till then, mwah. So I post Thursdays and Sundays, sometimes Tuesdays. All right. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.